The air in the imperial sky chamber was thick with awe and unspoken tension. Mauna, the youngest dragon emissary of the Emperor Dragon, hovered near the translucent barrier that separated the royal court from the human servants. Her iridescent scales shimmered in shades of violet and silver, casting a gentle glow over the polished obsidian floor. Beside her, Alex, a human servant assigned to the imperial family, moved silently, his heart beating in sync with the rhythmic pulse of the chamber. For centuries, the Emperor Dragon's twin sons had never spoken. Not once. Not a sound, not a whisper, not a growl of displeasure. They had sat in their throne-like perches, eyes burning with unyielding intelligence, yet locked in eternal silence. Scholars, emissaries, and even the bravest dragon warriors had attempted to unlock their tongues, but all had failed. The twins were an enigma, an immovable riddle in scales and claws. Mauna had been sent as an envoy to observe these silent heirs, to gauge whether any human could survive in their presence without fear. Alex, however, had already done what none had dared. He carried the Emperor's ancient ceremonial tray, holding it with the precision of a surgeon and the care of a guardian. His hands, human and fragile, trembled slightly under the weight of centuries-old responsibility. "What do you think will happen today?" Mauna asked, her voice soft, melodic, tinged with the curiosity of one who had lived among dragons but still marveled at human audacity. Alex glanced at her, a small smirk curling his lips. "If history's any guide, nothing. Silence. Eternal judgment, but I'm going to try something no one else did." The twins' eyes, twin pools of molten gold and emerald, followed Alex with the intensity of twin suns. Every movement of his body was scrutinized, every exhalation weighed. Even Mauna found herself holding her breath. Alex knelt, lowering the ceremonial tray before the twins. He placed a small crystal orb upon it, a human artifact said to capture memories and emotions when touched. He looked up at the dragons, unflinching. "I don't speak your tongue. I don't claim to. But perhaps this—" He tapped the orb lightly, sending a ripple of light through the chamber. "Can speak for me." The twins remained still, their wings tucked tight, their gaze unyielding. The chamber seemed to pulse with anticipation. Mauna's heart raced. Centuries of lore and prophecy whispered in her mind, warning her that humans had never succeeded here. Then something extraordinary happened. One of the twins, a slightly smaller one with emerald eyes, leaned forward. He extended a claw, delicate yet impossibly strong, and touched the orb. The light within it flared, a luminous cascade of colors that danced across the chamber walls. Alex whispered, almost to himself, "It's okay. I only want to understand." The twins' eyes softened, and for the first time the dragon's lips, if they could be called that, moved. A deep, resonant vibration emerged, not a roar, not a growl, but a tone of comprehension. Mauna's jaw dropped. She had witnessed many miracles in her years among dragons, but this was beyond anything written in the annals of the Emperor. Alex took a cautious breath. "I see you. I hear you. You're not alone." The second twin, the larger with golden eyes, shifted slightly, and for the first time, the two dragons' heads inclined toward each other. They were silent still, yet their body language spoke volumes. Recognition, acceptance, perhaps even gratitude. Mauna's voice barely rose above a whisper. He did it." Alex's hand rested on the orb, steadying it. "We did it," he corrected. "Together." The chamber's atmosphere changed. The oppressive silence that had lasted centuries lifted slightly, replaced with something lighter, almost fragile, yet undeniably powerful. The twins moved as one, wings stretching in unison, and for a fleeting moment, Mauna saw the full expanse of what dragons had never shared before: emotion. "You've bridged worlds," she said, awe thick in her tone. "No dragon, no human, nothing, has ever done this." Alex simply smiled, a mixture of relief and disbelief washing over him. "I didn't bridge worlds. I listened. That's all." The twins, still silent, bent their heads low, a gesture that all dragons recognized as one of deep respect. Mauna understood. They had accepted Alex not just as a servant, but as an equal, an ally capable of seeing beyond centuries of tradition and silence. The Emperor Dragon, seated at the apex of the chamber, regarded the scene with eyes like twin eclipses. For millennia he had observed humanity with cautious curiosity, skeptical of their capacity for courage and empathy. Yet here was Alex, a human, who had accomplished what even the wisest dragons could not. The Emperor's scales shimmered with approval, subtle yet undeniable. "You have awakened something long dormant," Mauna said, stepping closer. "They've responded to you. No one else ever did." Alex glanced at her, his usual humor faint but present. "Guess sometimes it just takes the right words. Or no words at all." The twins' claws returned to their perches, yet the energy in the chamber remained altered. There was a possibility now, a fragile thread of hope, that humans and dragons could communicate in ways previously unimagined. Alex had done what many thought impossible. He had shown that courage, empathy, and a willingness to understand could achieve what brute force, wisdom, or tradition could not. Mauna's eyes softened as she watched the twins finally relax. For centuries, the Emperor Dragon's heirs had been silent, inscrutable, and untouchable. Today, their silence had shifted. And it had taken a human, one who dared, one who listened, to make them speak without speaking. As Alex carefully lifted the crystal orb, the twins' gaze followed him, unblinking yet no longer foreboding. Mauna knew in her heart that this moment would echo across generations. A human had done the unimaginable, and the universe had taken note. The chamber, once suffocating with centuries of unspoken tension, now shimmered with possibilities. A bridge had been formed, not just between human and dragon, but between understanding and hope, silence and voice. And it all began with one human servant who refused to be ordinary.